What you doing there? You guys making a podcast?
Why would you think that's a good idea?
Podcast?
You two are the dumbest people I've ever seen.
That's janky.
Can I be completely honest?
Yeah.
This is my worst angle. You have me sitting at my worst angle. I was watching the video last week, and I was like, oh, God, this is such a bad angle.
Have you sat down and been like, oh, that's my good angle, that's my
Yes.
bad. You've looked in the mirror like, that's my bad side, that's my good side.
Bad side.
Or did you just do that TikTok filter where you split the faces and you're like the two people
Oh,
sitting
you know TikTok.
in the
He's
back
on
of the car?
TikTok. Are you a TikTok guy now? TikTok.
I'm not a TikTok guy. I have a TikTok and
Have you made videos?
and I peruse
Have you made videos?
a couple,
How many followers do you have?
probably less than 50.
Yay, but you're getting there. You're on your way
Not-
to TikTok virality.
Virality. I'm not
Is that the
trying at
word?
all. All my videos are just for me, and the only videos I've posted are
Mhm.
because I did fun things with my friends, and they want access to see them.
Gotcha.
Most of my
Gotcha.
videos live in my drafts.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Can you do me a favor? Can you Google something?
No.
Because I didn't pre-research this, but I thought this would be a fun little history.
Do you
tidbit. So
pre-research everything that we do on the show usually?
more or less.
Is that what you're implying?
More or less. I like to do. I like to be prepared just in case we talk about
My
something.
fingers are on the keys. What?
Can you look up the the historical beginnings of mini golf? Because I want to talk about mini golf today. Because I have a dream to start mini golf, a course in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
That's such a weird sentence to type in. The historical beginnings of mini golf.
How did mini golf start? You
The
probably could have
first-
said that.
The first standardized mini golf course to enter commercial mass production were the Thistle-Dew course. It's spelled Thistle-Dew, Thistledhu, but
Okay.
it's a joke for
Okay.
Thistle-Dew course. In 1916, in Pinehurst, North Carolina, and the 1927 Tom Thumb patent of Garnet Carter from Lookout Mountain, Tennessee.
Whoa, that's incredible.
Was that as interesting as you wanted it to be?
That's exactly what I wanted. Now let me pitch you my idea here, all right? When you drive down Mount Vernon Road into the Lindale area, you probably not Mount Vernon Road, First Ave. When you drive down First Avenue,
Okay, yeah.
you see a lot of empty buildings, a lot of buildings for sale, right? Because so many places are tragically closing down.
I haven't driven over that side of town in a minute.
Okay, well then take my word for it. A lot of
I guess
places
I'm
are
gonna believe you.
a lot of places are closed down. A lot of places could make a great mini golf course. So
Okay.
right now, people, especially as COVID vaccines go out more and COVID's like ending, more people are going to want to go out and do stuff. Now is the perfect time to have something for people to do. So I want to open up a historical themed mini golf course.
Whoa.
So the beginning is, so you walk in, you get your tickets, and then there's like a fake time machine that you walk through, and then every single hole is based on a historical event, and then there's a bar that's like a fake, like
Did
half.
you just sniffle your nose into
Yeah.
the microphone? No.
Oh, I popped my ear doing that.
Stop. Don't ever do that again. That was so awful.
Oh, was it really? I popped my ear doing that.
I'm glad.
Ow.
I hope you got whatever
I deserve that. Anyways,
cleared out in here too.
it would be a half-sunken Viking ship, and that's where you could go get your drinks. So like you'd walk up on it and
Do you
someone's
drink
serving
out of
drinks.
a horn?
Yes, yep. So it'd be like a really cool theme there, and then I'd love to do trivia nights as well. So then there'd be like a
So is it Viking themed or history themed?
history theme, but each holds a different historical thing, and the drinking area would be a
Oh.
half-sunken
It's like
Viking
Epcot.
ship. Kind of, yeah. So it's like a really cool mini golf set. Plus, then there's trivia nights. So there will be like a history trivia night. There will be a TV show trivia night, The Office trivia night, Family Guy trivia night, bunch of trivia nights. And then in October, I want to do it where it's like after 6 p.m., the mini golf course is closed because we're making up a haunted house. So then a lot of money would be coming in October because it's a haunted house from like 6 to midnight every weekend.
That's a pretty fun idea. It sounds expensive. You need a lot of people to back this up.
How much do you think that would cost?
I don't know. I've never done anything like that before, but
How much do you think? Give me a rough estimate here.
uh
I need to know if this is plausible. I have.
dude, I feel like this is like $100,000.
You think so?
You gotta buy the space. You gotta renovate the space. You gotta get
So-
all the mini golf stuff.
You're-
You gotta get a big cutout of George Washington's teeth to hit the balls through. I'm assuming you're gonna have a thing where his teeth get knocked out while you hit the golf ball.
That's
through.
such a out of every historical thing ever.
He's got wooden
that-
teeth. You can knock
No,
his
he
teeth out.
doesn't. It's not. His teeth were
he's-
not
he's
wooden.
got,
Common misconception.
Ivory teeth,
Good enough. That is one of the theories. Yes,
right? Okay.
that is backed up.
Or you
Good job. You learned something from this podcast.
From
a previous episode.
did learn that here. I was going to try to shoot you down there, but no, I definitely learned that here. I'm thinking of all the different themed things that you got to have. You got to
There's
have like
so
maybe an
many to
Abraham
do.
Lincoln thing over here or whatever. I don't know.
So it's Abraham Lincoln, John Wilkes Booth shooting him, and you have to hit the ball through the hole in his head. That would be messed up, wouldn't it? That'd be a little too messed up. That'd be too dark. That'd have to be mini golf after dark.
Oh, it's been long enough.
It's been long enough.
It's,
Yeah.
I don't think we're offending any. I don't think there's anybody like directly tied to Abraham Lincoln anymore that's going to get offended by that. I think you can go for it.
Do you know the movie Sunny with a Chance of Meatballs?
Of course.
There is
And the sequel.
Yes, in the sequel, it shows that it's raining food all over the United States, all over the world. At one point, it shows pies landing on every president's face on Mount Rushmore. It's the front of each president's face, like
That's
Washington, Roosevelt. But Lincoln gets the pie in the back of the head.
Oh, I do remember that joke. I
Yep,
forgot about
which
that.
is kind of messed up,
That's pretty messed
but
up.
hilarious.
It's not, it's okay now.
It is okay. Do you think my business would completely fail? Because like it's multiple things. So
It would definitely shut down at some point.
okay, but here's the thing:
I give it like 10 years.
but it's offering
Tops.
some. Yeah, but like I think I can make some money off of it because it's mini golf, which is fun. People are like, I want to play mini golf. But then in October, it's now a haunted house, and there's not a ton of haunted houses in Cedar Rapids. I think there's one other one.
There's like 3. There's the one out in the cornfield.
Yeah,
There's the one over by the police station.
you're talking about Bloomsbury Farm. You're talking
the one
about
that gets-
Circle of Ash,
And then there's the Nevermore one.
Nevermore. So, but Nevermore would be the closest one to mine.
To what you're doing?
Yeah. So then in October, then that's like a good revenue maker right there. It would be the haunted house. And then the trivia nights would be like $10 a team, and it's just some goofy little prize. Like it'd be like a gift card to the place.
How much
Free
is
drinks,
your
free-
haunted house going to rely? Thank you for
Thank you.
turning away for that.
Yeah.
How does that wall smell?
Delicious.
Good.
Like asbestos. I'm
Fantastic.
kidding. I don't know what asbestos smells like.
I feel like you find out and then that's it. That's the last thing
Then
you
it's over.
learn. That's the last thing you learn. How reliant is your haunted house going to be on the actors?
Not crucial, but I know some pretty talented actors who I think would have a lot of fun with it.
Just make sure that like it's not more for the actors than it is for the people.
What do you mean by that?
Because I think there's some haunted houses that use actors to like take you through the whole thing, right?
I see.
And they're great.
Yeah.
But sometimes you get that actor who's like,
Too much.
I'm doing this for me.
Yeah, and you're like,
And
hey.
I don't know if you guys, I don't care if you guys are having a good time, but I'm having a good time and I'm weird and I'm quirky and this is my excuse to be weird and quirky. And the place is just like way too well lit. And you're seeing like there's just this guy in a coat and like bad makeup. He's like, welcome to Scary Town.
And you're like, Frank, you don't have any lines. Your line is to jump out and go, rah! And then you hide back in. Don't give your backstory. Like, you're walking in, like, I'm Frank, and I got stabbed in 1922 and haunt this place. Like, Frank, stop. They don't want to hear your backstory, man. Just, you say boo, and you hide again, okay?
I just want the jumps.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I've been telling them.
And I just want the build up to the jumps. You know, I need somebody like choking me by pulling on my shirt because they're so scared.
Mm-hmm.
You know that I'm with, not a person, not an actor.
So I think I would
and,
do.
you know, and then we're like, wait, and then they jump out. You know that whole experience. And then you get the flash picture of all of us looking like idiots.
Well, that's kind of so. My goal would be like the opening would have like fake pictures of like historical events and like so the people are like looking like, oh, that's funny. It's the beginning. One of those pictures is like a fall through, so that they're looking at all the pictures. Then one of them falls, and there's someone behind it that just like screams at them. And I think that'd be a very good first start to it.
That's a good one. What if you did like a psychological thing where you like put people in the exact shoes of terrible situations?
What if we went with like genuine horror, like the horrors committed by the American government?
We're gonna put you in the pink dress, and you're gonna be Jackie Kennedy in the car.
Oh my gosh!
right
well,
next to
JFK.
JFK.
You have a JFK actor, and he looks up, he goes, Jackie, I'm sorry, I cheated on you. Bam! And it goes through. And then every single person has to keep going through that. I think that'd be funny.
Is it too soon for that one?
Is it too soon for the JFK assassination?
It's a little bit more recent than the Abraham Lincoln.
But then we
Abraham
couldn't.
Lincoln one.
But you couldn't cross a line. Like you can't make a joke about the Vietnam War because that's like a genuine tragedy, right?
That is.
So you can't cross that line. So you'd have to find historical events that are.
There's something different about public figures that we disassociate ourselves with a little bit, and I think that's kind of actually okay. Like, it's why the Kardashians work, like, for people.
Yeah.
Not me. I did watch the whole first season in a day one time, and then that's all I did.
I thought so.
I did that one time.
I thought so.
Hannah wanted to watch it. We did it. Never watched it again. I promise. I kind of want to. Anyway, so it works because you can like disassociate yourself from them, and you can like really make fun of them and not feel bad about it.
So I got one.
It's how I enjoy The Bachelor.
I got one then. So the next scene, so after you do the JFK one, you walk through some stuff, and then there's a phone call, and you answer it, and now you're Jodie Foster, and it's them saying, Jodie.
Hello, Clarice.
No, it's they're like, Jodie, Ronald Reagan just had an assassination attempt on him, and the person who did it said he did it to impress you. Because that actually happened. The only reason the Ronald Reagan assassination was attempted was to impress Jodie Foster.
Why did he think that it would impress her?
We look up his name while I give the backstory. So the guy was obsessed with Jodie Foster because he watched Taxi Driver. And in Taxi Driver, the character wants to take out a political figure, but instead ends up saving Jodie Foster by killing a bunch of like gangsters who are tricking her into doing like very gross stuff for a child to do. So he was like,
John Warnock Hinckley Jr.
Yeah, so John Hinckley Jr. was like, I want to impress Jodie Foster by actually taking out a politician like the character didn't do in the fictional movie she was in, Taxi Driver. So he wanted
You got to put this picture up right here, right now, in the editing.
Oh, yeah, I have a picture of that on my TikTok, too, of him. I do a whole story about it. I just couldn't remember his name. But I remember
really?
He wanted to crash a plane to impress her. He even trailed Jimmy Carter, because his original plan was to take out Jimmy Carter, but he got caught, and they didn't arrest him or anything. They're like, you're on house arrest, man. You're good. And he's like, yeah, I'm good. Ronald Reagan. And then he tried
to do it with a revolver.
Exactly. So do you think it'd be better to put them in the shoes of Jodie Foster or make it Ronald Reagan? Like, you walk in, and it's just like a bunch of people.
He did kill one person.
He
attempted 3, stalked 2.
Yes. And then I think he took out one of the guards. Who did he take? Who did he? Because I know he
wounded
hurt
police officer
Yes.
Thomas Delahanty.
Mm-hmm. And he paralyzed one, I think, or something.
And secret agent Timothy McCartley and critically wounded press secretary James Brady.
That's who it was. Yeah.
He did not hit Reagan directly. The president was seriously wounded when the bullet ricocheted off the side of a presidential limousine and hit him in the chest. That's like a mini golf thing right there.
So that's the mini.
You got to hit the golf off of the limousine into Reagan.
Wow, incredible! I feel like I'd get shut down really quick.
But he didn't die, so it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay, so this guy, did he like pop out of a crowd? Because I feel like I've seen that so many.
That's exactly what that was. That's exactly yes.
So like, that's what Bruce Wayne does in Batman Begins.
Yes.
He's like gonna shoot Falcone, right?
Mhm.
But then another guy does it instead. That's a very classic
It's not
scene.
Falcone. It's Ice or whatever. It's just the assassin guy.
Oh yeah,
Because the lady
that's
says
right.
Falcone sends his regards. Bam, bam, bam.
That's right.
Well, that's a classic mafia thing. Lee Harvey Oswald, after he took out JFK, literally got shot by Jack Rudy.
Like that?
Yeah, Jack
Just walk
Rudy.
out to like, hey, Jonathan Franklin Kennedy sends his regards.
No. So
Blam, blam,
basically,
blam.
Jack Rudy, Lee Harvey Oswald was
what's
being.
the F for in JFK?
I don't know.
Fun.
John Fun Kennedy.
It's my middle name.
So Lee Harvey Oswald was walking. Police were escorting him, and as he's walking, Jack Rudy just pops up and goes, "Bah!" Which I think could be another thing. No. For the horror thing, do you think it should be
Fitzgerald.
Oh, that's not that cool.
Way less fun than fun.
That's way less cool. Let's think of one more either golf hole for our game or for our
Dude, off the limousine into Reagan is a great idea.
That one's in. But what about for the
Going
haunted house? Like the horror scene of it. What's another like scary historical thing that's not crossing a line?
Right. Scary historical things that are not crossing the line.
Which is hard, you know. Because it feels like
what if you're the Khans coming down a hill, a snow mountain, and then Mulan takes fireworks and shoots it up, and then you get an avalanche on you? You saw Mulan.
You think that actually happened?
Everything that happens in Disney movies is historically accurate.
Happen. How about you're forced to build the Great Wall of China only to realize you never actually used it. It was never like technically successful against the Kongs.
Yeah, walls are pretty dumb. I mean, you just got to go over them or under them.
Have you ever walked the Great Wall of China?
Never been
I did.
that far away from home.
I want to make that actually a course. And then the smog there, I could barely breathe. By the final thing, they're like...
Is the Great Wall of China... Oh, that's funny.
No,
but
I'm
also
not being
messed
funny.
up.
No, like that literally happened. Like they were like,
know,
don't breathe in deep. Don't breathe in deep.
I thought you were gonna put smog in the part of the course.
Possibly.
Like
because
a fog machine.
Because literally when I was there, they're like, hey, don't breathe in. Like, you're going to want to breathe in deep because you're doing a lot of walking. Don't. And I was like, I'll be fine. And then instantly I was like, oh, God. And it was just, you're wrecked. You're just coughing the rest of the time. Like, my friend was, like, GoProing it, and you can hear when he doesn't breathe. He's like, just one sec. And then the rest of the GoPro is just dying. Yeah, it was pretty bad. The steps, like, at the beginning, it's like normal steps. And then all of a sudden they just become, like,
weird.
it was really cool.
Oh, that's so
Cool experience.
If you have like a mask on, would that help?
I don't know. I have no idea. We didn't wear a mask because this was years ago before everyone was like, wear a mask.
Dude, I feel like I'm gonna wear a mask now for like the rest of my life.
I like.
In times and places.
Do you think that's crossing a line if I made a scary thing about wearing a mask? Yeah, that's crossing a line.
What's scary about it?
COVID's scary.
Getting yeah, that's definitely too soon. People are still dying of COVID. You cannot.
That's
do that.
not even funny. That's not funny. Why would you suggest that, Alex? That's not
I
funny
wasn't
at
trying
all.
to make it funny. I was saying you have to
Alex
be careful.
definitely suggested that, not Jake. Jake's not canceled. Alex is canceled.
I didn't say that.
Okay, I got it. The Pepsi, our final hole will be the Pepsi.
The commercial with Kendall Jenner.
No.
You're gonna stop
Pepsi
police
military.
brutality with.
That was the dumbest commercial ever. And what's dumber about that is that YouTube was like, hey, but Pepsi had taken their advertising away from YouTube because they're like, YouTube's a little controversial right now. We can't trust the creators. And then they make that. I was like, really? That's your ace in the hole? Really? That's such a dumb
Police
dumb
brutality.
commercial.
How can we solve it? Oh,
Pepsi. No,
From Kendall Jenner.
my thing was going to be Pepsi had a navy at one point. Had the 6th largest navy in the entire world at one point. Pepsi, thanks to the Soviet Union. So it'd be a bunch of
What?
ships. Yes.
Pepsi had the 6th largest navy. What is that? What to use for what?
So Russia or the Soviet Union kind of was having a money crisis, but they still wanted Pepsi. So they're like, instead of paying you, we'll give you destroyers, 17 submarines, a few oil tankers. We'll also give you a Soviet cruiser, and we'll trade you for the Pepsi. And Pepsi was like, yeah, sure. Most of the ships were barely even floatable, so it's not like Pepsi had a right off the bat go. It would cost a lot more money to make them usable. So in the end, they took them to like a Swedish scrapyard. Before like a few years, Pepsi just had the 6th largest navy.
This is why I think in like 500 years, there's no more countries. It's just corporations. There's just Coca-Cola Land, Appletown.
I want to live in Coca-Cola land.
Yeah?
I love Coca-Cola.
There's Appletown.
Appletown sounds fun.
All terrible companies.
No, those don't even sound...
There's
Okay, but you're making it sound fun. Like, you're making it sound like a board game.
There's Nike Village. You know, it's pretty bad at this point. 500 years.
That's like dystopian future, but the name sounds so fun.
Nike Town.
Nike Town. I'm going to
sounds way
Nike Town.
cool.
Bye, honey. I'm going to Nike Town.
You know,
all right, sweetie.
there's
I'll be in Apple Village.
There's definitely Legoland.
Yeah,
You
I'll
know,
be in
'cause-
Legoland.
And Legoland has already started spreading. Their main base of operation is in
Disney
the side
World.
of Mall of America.
Disney World
Well,
takes over.
Earth is Disney World.
They're already starting with the movies.
We are Disney World, but
Mm-hmm.
then there's Nike Town, Legoland, Appleverse.
Gotcha. So at the end of the day, the real question is, should I go forward with my dream of making a mini golf course?
No,
Oh, okay.
could have
Thanks.
been a much shorter segment.
Thanks for
couldn't it?
watching, guys. Really, thanks for being honest, man. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks for watching.
Is that really the end of the show?
What if I just end every episode now crying?
Wait, is that the
Just
end of the
cry.
show? Are you ending it right now?
Yeah, what else do we have? Anything else you want to add?
No.
It's your time to shine. What do you want to add?
We're just saying you're just not going to open up your course now, and that's the end of the show?
If somehow this video goes really big and everyone's like, open up the mini golf course and we get funding and backing, I'll do it. But otherwise, I think it's a bad idea then.
I just don't think financially it makes sense.
I agree. I think historically...
It's a fun conversation to have, but
but,
realistically...
a historical mini golf course that's just solely based on history might not do financially the best in Cedar Rapids, Iowa.
it sounds like a fun temporary installment at like Universal Studios.
Ah, okay.
Not necessarily base my entire business around this,
All right, fair enough.
right?
You got me there.
But
I'll take it. I'll take it.
there's a whole company that plays arcade games based around a rat.
What?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese. But they closed here in Iowa. So
They lasted a while, though. And they
Did.
just rebranded not too long ago, too.
I think they've got a location in the Quad Cities.
There you go.
Oh,
You could do it in the Quad Cities.
thank you. Well, thanks for watching.
You need to
I
work on
guess.
you need to work on the endings of your podcasts.
Why? I think they're great. I
This
think they're
is
great. You crush my spirits, and then I go, thanks for watching. It's like a whole thing is like
I
build
do
up.
not-
It's like, haha, we're having a great time. And then Alex says something. I go, okay. The end.
That is like your fourth sniffle into the microphone today. So for that, I'd like to apologize to everyone.
Do you think people care? Does it actually sound awful?
It's kind of gross.
Even if I'm like fake crying, like that one was with the fake crying.
Yeah, but I can actually hear like the snot.
Ew!
in your nose, like going.
Gross.
So
That's awful. We should have ended. You see, you say I need to fix
watch,
the endings.
I'm gonna do a fake
Don't-
one. I'm
don't.
gonna do a fake one now. A lot less.
Ew!
You
Yours
heard
was
of mine.
pretty gross. Stop. The podcast is over. We need an ending statement. Like, what's our ending statement? Thanks for being historically incorrect.
Remember to kiss with your eyes open.
That might be our new name soon. Historically incorrect. I don't know yet. We're working on a new
The
name.
name needs to change.
It does.
Jank is a bad name.
It is bad. It's a bad name. I'm surprised I haven't been called out for it sooner. Thanks for watching.